Lesson for today is about, so in adding and subtracting, the most important thing to remember about adding or subtracting is that the exponent must be the same. Okay. So a while ago when I showed you about on how will you able to express a decimal into scientific notation, the first one, therefore they are different. Now, how will you make these two um, decimals as expressed in scientific notation with the same exponent? So because in adding and subtracting, the most important thing is they have or they must have the same exponent. If the exponents are not the same, then it is necessary to change one of the numbers so that both numbers have the same exponential value. So how? In adding with the same exponent, okay, everybody eyes on the screen. In adding with the same exponent, as we all know that we have 3.45 times 10 to the to the third power plus 6.11 times 10 to the third power. As you can see that they have the same exponent now with the base 10. So therefore, you can add this two. So 3.45 plus 6.11. And then the sum of these two is 9.56. And what you're gonna do? What you're gonna do next is to copy the the base and the exponent. Okay? So therefore, it's 9.56 times 10 to the third power. Remember, once again, take a look if the two scientific notation have the same exponent. Okay, next, adding with different exponents. How to add with different exponents? If I have 4.12 times 10 to the 6 plus 3.94 times 10 to the 4th, as you can see that they don't have or they are having different exponent. The first one is a 6 and the second one is 4. Therefore, you are going to change, okay, to change their exponent to make it the same. How? Which will you change? This one or this one? Okay. The hint here or the technique here, obviously, you cannot change, okay, you cannot change this notation with the lowest exponent. Why? It's just because once you change this one, so the value will be changed at the same time. But here, you can, okay, you can change this one because you will just move, okay, you will just move the decimal, okay. Anyway, you can move here also the decimal, but it is already as is. So here you can move how many? How many move? Going to the right. Because if it goes to the right, okay, then this one or 6 will be um you will subtract 2 moves from 6. Therefore, 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. That is why when you move from here, 1, 2, that will be 412 times 10 to the 4th. And this one, you will just copy this one because you didn't change this or express this into another exponential notation. So now, as you can see that they have the same exponent. And what you're gonna do, like what you did a while ago, or like what we did a while ago, if they have the same exponent now, you will just add this whole number 412 and this decimal 3.94. And 412 or 412 plus 3.94, that will give you 415.94. So that is 415.94 times 10 to the fourth. Now the question is it in scientific notation or is it expressed in scientific notation? Obviously, it's not. Okay, it's not yet expressed in scientific notation. Why? Because the whole number 415 is not in, it's in a single, okay, in a single decimal. So therefore, you have to move it here to the left, 1, 2, 2 moves. So you're gonna add 2 moves from your exponent 4. Since the direction is going to the left, once you move it to the left, you're gonna add, okay, to the exponent 4. Therefore, the scientific notation, or the answer rather, or the sum of these two scientific notations is 4.15 times 10 to the 6. All right. So let us have. Okay, let's start. Let's answer this one. So first, you have to look if their exponent is the same. So therefore, it's check. Second, if the exponent are the same, now you have to add these decimals. So 3.135 plus 2.116. So 5 plus 6, that will give you 11, carry 1. So 3 plus 1 plus 1 is 5, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. Then since this is the decimal, just make a decimal here, and then 3 plus 2 is 5. Therefore, the answer is 5.251 times 10, just copy, 10 to the 6. And since this is already, there is one decimal left here, or one whole number before the decimal, so that's the final answer. Okay, for those who got the correct answer, great job. Okay, another one. For number 2, if I have 3.856 plus, oh my, sorry, times 10 to the 5 or to the 5th plus 2.315 times 10 to the 4th power. Okay, I'll just give you 1 minute to answer this one. Okay, let's start. All right, so what have you noticed about their exponent? So this is 5, this is 4. So therefore, they are different. They have different exponents. So what you're gonna do again? Choose um, choose the largest exponent. Okay, choose which is having a big exponent. So since this is this notation rather has a big exponent, therefore we will change this to 4. So in changing this to 4, you have to move this here. Okay, so that's 38.56 times 10 to the 4th power plus, just copy this one, 2.315 times 10 to the 4th power. So since they have the same exponent now, you can add their decimals. So we have 38.56 plus 2. You have to align it here, 0.31 and then 5. So add 0 here. So 0 plus 5 is 5, 6 plus 1 is 7, 5 plus 3 is 8, and then the decimal, just copy the decimal, and then 8 plus 2 is 10, carry 1, that is 40. 40. So since this is 2 digits, you're going to make it what? 1. So you have to, there is times 10 to the 4th, but since you got to move it here, okay, let's change the color, move it here, therefore that's 4.0875 times 10, and then you have to add 1 because you move it here to the left. 4 plus 1 is 5, and then the final answer is this one. 4.0 rather, 875 times 10 to the 5th. Okay, if their exponent is not the same, rather, then what you gotta do is to change the highest exponent into the exponent to the lowest exponent. Okay, let us have, for example, we have a number 3. If I had 2.531 times 10 to the second power minus 1.351 times 10 to the second. Okay, I'll just give you 1 minute to answer this. Go. Okay, so let's answer now. So what have you noticed? Please check first the exponent. So since the exponent is the same, check, you have to subtract the decimals. So you have 2.531 minus 1.351. All right. 1 minus 1, 0. 3 minus 5, okay, cannot be, just borrow 1, so that's 13. This will be 4. What you're gonna subtract to, what you're gonna add to 8 to make it 13, sorry, what you're gonna add to 5 to make it 13. So I just mentioned the answer already. So it's 8 because 13 minus 5 is 8. Then 4 minus 3 is 1. Then copy the decimal. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. Therefore, the difference between these two scientific notations is 1.180 times, just copy this one, the base and the exponent 2. So that will be your final answer. Okay? Next, let's have another one. If they have the same, a different exponent. If I have 3.633, oops, sorry, times 10 to the third power minus 1.411 times 10 to the second power. Okay, your 1 minute will start now. All right, thumbs up. So let's check first the exponents. So this notation, scientific notation, have um, 3 as exponent, and then this one is 2. So they are different, or they are differ with each other. Okay, so they have different exponents. So first, we have to change this into scientific notation, or in a notation wherein the exponent is 2. How? Just move it here. So you have 36.33 times 10 to the second now because you moved it to the right, and then you're gonna um, subtract 1 from the exponent 3 because the exponent tells you about how many moves you're going to do. Minus, just copy everything about this one, 1.411 times 10 to the second power. So as you notice that they have the same exponent now. So that is this time you gonna subtract. So 36.33 minus 1, you're going to put this one here because it's only 1 digit, and then this has 2 digits. So 0.411, and then there's 0 here. 0 minus 1 can't be, so just borrow 1 here. So 10 minus 1 is 9. Then this will became 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. And then, oops, this is 3. Minus 4 can't be, just borrow 1 here. So that will be 13, and then this is 5. 13 minus 4 is 9, and then 5 minus 1 is, oops, the decimal, just copy the decimal, and then 5 minus 1 is 4, and then 3, bring down 3. So therefore, it's 34.919 times 10 to the second. But as you can see, that this is still 2 digits. Make it 1 digit. So move, okay, let's move this one here. So that's 3.4919 times 10. So you have to add 1 here. That will be to the third power. And that is the difference between these two scientific notations. 3.4919 times 10 to the third. So that's all for adding and subtracting. So I hope you learned a lot, but I want you to do the bell ringer now, the independent practice.